This is
It's Silas, the marvelous producer.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Bombara here on your BoomradioNG. My name is Lad Dolupo, and I'll bid you a warm welcome to the studio this wonderful afternoon in the city of Lagos State. It is a very interesting weekend. There's been a very interesting weekend, and we know that it's going to be a very interesting week. Christmas is creeping up on us, or will I say Christmas is here? But anyway, Christmas is really creeping up on us really, really fast. And looks like we have about 12 days. Yeah, about 12 days to Christmas. But let me be the first. If you haven't seen anybody to congratulate you or to greet you happy birthday. Oh, sorry, not happy birthday. Merry Christmas. It is Christmas. So, Merry Christmas. It is officially my best holiday of the year. As in, I think I actually grew up loving Christmas. So Christmas is not like I don't look forward to it as much as I would like to. Not anymore, or like I used to. But Christmas is definitely fun, is everything that I've actually ever wished for. Yeah, Christmas is always very interesting. So we'll see how Christmas is going to be this year. But I bid you a warm welcome again. My name is Ola Dolupo, and for people that are wondering what's happening today, yeah, it is just me right here today. It's going to be, it's a very interesting one. SR and I that are normally here is unavoidably absent right today, but we'll see what we can do. Definitely see what we can do, and just a little bit before I run away. So I think we should just dive right into it. It was a very interesting weekend for sports, for people that enjoy sports. Basically football. It was a little encouraging. It was, will I say, kind of predictable. Yeah. On Saturday there was a Manchester City and Wolves, and in my dictionary I think that Man City is not doing as much. Yeah, do they get the 3 points these days? Oh yeah, of course. But also, Wolves is not joking. These are the category of people that I call the spoilers. They're neither here or there, but they're always there to, help you chuck your, what's it called, off. Then Arsenal, they've decided to step up their game again. But anyway, it was the Southampton, so I'm not surprised. But they decided to, step up and take the 3 points with 3 goals against Southampton. That was a clean sheet. Then Chelsea and Leeds. Leeds is also another team that one needs to be very careful about. They're always here and there. You never know. Leeds was, I think they were the very first people to beat Liverpool. Was it last season or something? It was so. Leeds is also not someone that you can joke with. So yeah, Chelsea, it was 3-2. It was a narrow win for Chelsea on Saturday. And there was Liverpool with Aston Villa 1-0. Yeah, this was also a match that everybody was looking forward to, because it's the first time that Steven Gerrard, as a coach of Aston Villa, was coming back. It was like he was coming back to the Liverpool pitch to see as a different person entirely. And of course, I didn't think Aston Villa was going to win that game still, but at least not bad. It was 1-0, so it was definitely not is a walk in the park for Liverpool as well. And also Manchester United played an away win against Norwich City. It was also just 1-0, so it was just here and there. Then yesterday there was Brighton and Tottenham, which is postponed as well. You know that Tottenham is really having a hard time with COVID. The last we heard was that there were 6 of their players and about, I think, 3 backroom staff. We don't know if it has spread or not, but this is their second game that they're postponing now. So we don't know what's happened or what's still going to happen in that regard. But we hope we know for a fact that at least anybody that is that has contracted COVID-19 would at least have about 10 days of isolation. So that's about 2 to 3 games they're missing. So it might not work but looks like UEFA is helping them, that this is the second game that is being postponed. We hope that everybody recovers good and recovers fast also. And then there was Burnley and West Ham, which ended 0-0. Then Leicester decided to step up their game this time, and it was 4-0 against Newcastle United. Yeah, Newcastle United is SR's new wonderful team. Unfortunately, it was 4-0 against them. And then there was Crystal Palace and Everton beat Crystal Palace beats Everton again. And you wonder how this same Everton that Crystal Palace beat 3-1 is the same one that beat Arsenal last week. And you're wondering, like, but you know what? I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm just going to move on from that. So we know that there are going to be games. There are more games now because of it always happens close to the end of the year. There's always more games to be played. There's even games on Christmas Day, I think on Boxing Day and all that. So we're definitely looking forward to more games, but it's been an interesting one. Also in La Liga, I know that Real Madrid is leading now by 13 points. Barcelona played another draw again. Looks like Barcelona is not really having it very, very easy. It's understandable after you someone as big as Messi's personality leaves. It looks like they're really having quite a time. They're having a hard time with their team, getting their team in one place, but we hope that at a point they definitely would get better. So that is that for that. But there was supposed to be round of 16 UEFA Champions League round of 16 today, and it's funny because it has been cancelled. There was a lot of they had done it earlier in the morning where I think PSG and Manchester United were supposed to play. Then there were stories of how Manchester United was removed off the team, where there was a bit of technical errors here and there with the draws, and it was really just lopsided. So now they had said that they have declared the draw null and void, and then they're supposed to continue the process. It was in Switzerland today, so they were supposed to continue the protest now at 2 p.m. Switzerland time. I don't know which time it is, so I'm sure it's going to be done again soon later in the day today. So for people that are seeing the earlier draws, you should disregard it. It's definitely not happening at the moment. It was new set of draws. I'm sure that some teams will be happy. They'll be hoping for some better draws than what they have already. So that is that for the UEFA draws. We hope that things would get better. Then also over the weekend, we know that Rohr was officially sacked. Don't know if he's retired, but anyway, the story is that he's been sacked. And a former Nigerian player, Austin Eguavoen, I think he's the assistant coach. Is supposed to be their interim coach until they find somebody else at the moment. So at the moment, Rohr is out. Don't let me say he's on his way out. He's actually out at the moment, and he is no longer Nigerian coach, and Austin Eguavoen is now their interim coach because let's be honest with ourselves, I think that they're not doing really well at all. I think that they could do better. They have and I think is one thing that has been happening with Nigerian team for so long. They have amazing players. If I would say that, players that are doing amazing in their respective clubs all over the world. They're really doing really well. Like, a lot of those players are players that you would that they're really like forces to be reckoned with, and then they get to Nigerian team and you're wondering what's happening. It's almost like there's no synergy. There's just players. There's no team. That's the way I see it a lot. But so we don't know what Austin Eguavoen is going to do to the team. We don't know who they're going to invite. I don't know why they did not invite Dennis. It's called Dennis the Menace now. The boy is doing some amazing, is playing some amazing football in Watford. there's a lot of people that needs to be called up, people that I think dropped, a few people that I think there was no need. There was stories last week of saying that there was Victor Moses was supposed to be called back. I don't think anybody needs to be called back. I think that they can work with what they have. It just depends on how they play well with themselves. Actually, that's it for me. I think that they have amazing players. So I think we should move off sports, as there are a lot of things that also happened over the weekend. Now, when it comes to still before we leave sports, the US Open champion, the 19-year-old Emma Radukanu, has now officially been nominated for the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Award 2021. I think that I'm personally happy that this is a woman and such a very young girl that is doing some amazing work. We're beginning to see the likes of her, the likes of Naomi Osaka. We're beginning to see the young Venus and Serena Williams. We're young people as well, beginning to step up into their shoes, and they're doing amazing work at the moment. And I'm happy, I'm definitely happy for her. So finally, moving off that, and there's a story that I saw earlier today, and I just felt that I should talk about it. It's talking about really young Nigerian women, yeah? And this is going all the way to the United States, where a Nigerian woman by the name of Lola Shalewa Barbara Kasali, auntie, but why so many names? See, people with so many names too, it can be very suspect. Personal opinion, but I just think that why do you have so many names? But anyway, this 24-year-old Nigerian that is a Texas resident was on Wednesday convicted of defrauding the Paycheck Protection Program of over $1.9 million in loans. And I'm wondering, how do people do this? How? Now, it looks like she's about facing a 30-year jail term in the United States. And this is what we keep saying. When people that, everybody has something to say about Nigeria. Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. But you see a lot of Nigerians also go out of the country and then they give the country a bad name. I don't know why. I don't know why it's an issue that we cannot just. I get it that we're not supposed to commit crime at all. I'm not saying you should commit crime, but even if you're going to try and commit crime, why not stay within your vicinity where at least maybe somebody might help your condition? You leave your fatherland and go and commit crime in another man's country. You're 24-year-old. You are that smart to be able to commit that much crime of about $1.9 million. I'm very, very, very sure that if you put that smartness into good, you will probably be a millionaire yourself, and it will be legit. But of course, everybody's trying to look for quick money, because I don't know what, I'm sorry, I might sound naive, but I don't know what a 24-year-old is using $1.9 million for. Like, what do you want to buy? What issues you want to have? Not like there are not people that have it, but I'm saying that if you have that kind of money, let it be legit. Don't I think that the world is too much of a small place to think that you can get away with a lot of crime. It's just a very, very sad story though, but we hope that something is being done, and is being done fast. And then let's move on to a little bit of entertainment, where Burna Boy, our very own Nigerian Burna Boy award, Grammy winning Burna Boy, has officially announced his upcoming show at the New York's Madison Square Garden. He's going to be the very, very first Nigerian to actually have a show there. It's going to be on the 28th of April 2022. All right, it's actually the very, very, very first Nigerian to headline the show at that venue. So kudos to him. I think that it's amazing. I've always said it, that Nigeria and Nigerian music is actually moving in leaps and bounds. They're breaking all barriers. They're moving They're doing some amazing work. And so, still talking about music here, American R&B singer Ed Sheeran has actually announced that he's to feature on Fireboy's Peru. You know, the common Peru Para, yeah, that song, yeah. So I would like to hear what Ed Sheeran is going to do with it. Of course, he has featured on a few people's songs. He has, speaking about Ed Sheeran, I think he has a song with Burna Boy, which was really big. I think it was him, Burna Boy, and Stormzy. Really big song. So I'm really curious to see what Ed Sheeran, because it's not his kind of music, but we'll see. We'll definitely see what he's going to do on that song. Of course, you know that there's been a lot of collaborations lately. We've seen what the amazing thing Justin Bieber did on Essence. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And speaking of about Essence, over the weekend I saw Alicia Keys. I saw a video of Alicia Keys doing a cover of the Essence song, and I'm like, Auntie, okay, I really do love this this particular singer, Alicia Keys. I think she has some amazing range. I think that there are a few of her songs that I like kind of know word for word, but I think that was a miss. It was like a fail. I don't think it was working. I just don't think. I don't know if you have listened to it or have watched it. I would like you to give your opinion. You can actually drop your comments on YouTube or Facebook. You just search for BoomradioNG on Facebook, or you could go to YouTube and BoomradioNG. I definitely would. I'm definitely there, so you can just call and just send me a message. What do you think about it? I don't know. I know that a lot of people say I'm overly critical when it comes to people's music, but I think I think that it wasn't working. I'm not sure that is what we needed at the moment, at that point in time. So but moving off that, there's a very interesting news when it comes to Nigerian music. Okay, not moving off music. Yeah, now for people that have been anticipating, like all we see for years has been Big Brother Nigeria, and it's been happening for a few years now, which kudos to the organizers. They've actually been very consistent with it. But one that has not been consistent for a really long while was Big Brother Africa. And there was it's a whole 7 years ago that Big Brother Africa was last aired. So, but now they're saying that Big Brother Africa is coming back. We want to see how that's going to work. Will that be running concurrently with Big Brother Nigeria, or the year that they're going to do Big Brother Africa, there won't be Big Brother Nigeria? Because let's not lie, I think that if there is no Nigerian on Big Brother Africa, I don't think that is going to. I'm just saying shout out to other African countries, but you know, we really are the life of the party. That's what you cannot you really can't take away. So sorry for people that just won't take offense, but it is what it is. So we'll see how that goes, if there isn't going to be Big Brother Nigeria, or they're going to do it one after the other, or we'll see. We'll definitely come back with more stories on that. And before we leave the entertainment scene, the National Film, Video and Censors Board, the NFVCB, has said that they're going to start banning smoking in Nollywood movies. I don't know what. I'm not that much of a fan of Nigerian movies. I think that they're doing better. Oh yeah, they're doing a lot better than they used to do. When you even see the production alone, you know, I think that when it comes to production and they're doing amazing. The cameras, the lighting, the costume. Oh yeah, I think they're doing. I still think that a lot of they're really lacking a lot in story. I'm sorry, just my own personal opinion. I think we could do better stories. I think that we could do more realistic stories. I think that we could our acting, yes, we have some amazing actors. Like, I will not even lie. I think that some Nigerian actors are really amazing. Unfortunately, I think the older generation, I won't say old. Yes, the older generation are amazing. I think the ones that are like, okay, middle age are not doing badly as well. The set of the Ramsey Noirs and the, okay, I don't know these pretty old. We didn't know he was that old until maybe it was 60th birthday. But all that said, the set of them, Shola Shuboale, we saw Inse, Genevieve. They're really really amazing actors. Like that when you see them act, they're very, very believable. Yeah. But this new set, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes though. But now, these people have said that they're going to ban smoking in Nollywood movies. I don't know. Is the point of age limits and all for movies? Isn't that the point of age limits? Because I'm beginning to wonder what happens. Okay, so I think I have a few comments. Shola Raja says, I wish I was here. Oh, sorry. And he says that I like Alicia's cover of Essence though. To each his own. Very possible. And that means that there will be no Big Brother next year. Okay, so maybe there's some clarification about that. And they say banning smoking in Nigerian movies is a bit of a kill, in my opinion. I think so too. I remember that a few weeks ago they had stopped this movie, the Marvel's Eternals. They had stopped it from showing in Nigerian movies until they had to cut out, I think, some same-sex action that was in the movie, that he had to cut it out because they had actually banned Nigerian cinemas from showing the movie. Yeah, it's in our laws, so yes, I get that one. But I think that when it comes to things like smoking and all, that's why there are actually age restrictions. They say not suitable for children under 10 or 15 or 16 or 18. Those are the reasons for these things. So once, I think you should just be stricter with the kind of audience that watches these movies, make it more prominent. Movies that are going to cinemas, from when you're going in, if it's like maybe a 15-year-old age restriction, make sure that actually enforce it with the cinemas that nobody coming in to watch a movie is not younger than 15 and all that, or maybe 18. Everybody that comes in has to have an ID card and all those kind of things. I think that could work. But banning smoking in movies, I think that you people are pushing it. You're pushing your relevance too much. I think you should be like, let's just be calming down at least. That's it for me though. And moving on from that, let's move into like a little bit of more serious stories, as there's a lot of Omicron story all over. People are being barred from their offices and all that. But before we get to that, now officially there is now someone that has died from the Omicron variant. And this person is in the United Kingdom. It's very funny, yeah, that it's not in Nigeria or in South Africa or in Botswana or in Southern Africa. But we'll let it go. We'll just let it move. But now it's official. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, has officially said that at least one person has died from COVID, and this person's variant is the Omicron variant. A lot of people have come out to say that the Omicron variant is not as deadly as the Delta variant, but the mode of transmission and the way it's transmitted is faster. Also, I saw a report today that is saying that the Pfizer, there's a report that the Pfizer vaccine is actually not effective when it comes with the Omicron variant, and back and forth and all. But I will still keep saying, please, we really, really need to get vaccinated. Now they're even getting booster shots now. I know for a fact that, like, for example, Lagos State is going to schools, they're going to churches, they're going to mosques. People, let's take advantage of the fact that there was a few months ago, there was issue of it was only essential workers that are getting it. Now people can get it. We heard about it last week that about 1 million of these vaccines expired. We also know there was also stories and there was also reports about how a lot of the vaccines that are being donated are almost expired. So it's very difficult to store and then keep for a long time until it expires and all that. But it's a gift. There's really nothing you can do about it. But what I'm even going to say is that the one that is available now, but even if people will take it fast enough, maybe, just maybe, these things will not expire. Let's just 1 million doses of COVID vaccine at the moment is a lot. That's at least, I don't know which vaccine it was. Let's say is maybe Pfizer or maybe BioNTech, or I think it's Pfizer BioNTech, or the Oxford AstraZeneca. That is 2 doses. That's about 500,000 people that could have gotten vaccinated. Please let us get this vaccine. It's the only thing that we can do for ourselves at the moment. And talking about COVID, the past few days there's been like a major surge in numbers of COVID. I think it was on Friday there was about over 700 people that the NCDC, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, had talked about. They had brought new numbers of the people that are just going infected with COVID. Now, numbers today was 418, which we haven't been seeing these numbers in a while. We've been seeing 25, 100 and something. We've never really seen this much surge. So I think that we really, 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 really need to be careful. And talking about the vaccine, there's a lot of news because people are actually being chased out of offices. And looks like some people are not going to do NYSC orientation next year, as the Director General for the Nigeria and the National Youth Service Corps has now said that for you to come henceforth from the next camp that is happening in, I don't know, but it's early next year, I think it's between January and February, is that you have to show your COVID-19 vaccination proof before you can be admitted into an NYSC camp. My opinion, I think that it's a good thing. Yes, if you want to actually serve, you have to get vaccinated. But I would have also felt it was a very good opportunity to get people vaccinated. For me, I would have said if you are vaccinated, all well and good. Also, if you are not vaccinated, you can come to camp. But before you get into camp, you must get vaccinated. If you do not want to get vaccinated, then you go back. That is also a way to make sure that there is a large chunk of people that are vaccinated as well. I think that it would reach more people that way. That way you can be sure that, okay, if you have gotten only one vaccine, you can take the second one in camp. If you've taken if you've not taken at all, you can take you can take the first one, and then subsequently you go and take the second one. If you've taken 2, you can come to the camp. Now that the booster shots are being administered, you can actually take your booster shots at camp as well. I think that's one thing they should look into. It's not just to make sure that everybody gets vaccinated. It's also that we should make sure that people that are not vaccinated come to camp and they get vaccinated as well, if it were my own opinion. And still talking about vaccines and all that. Now, there's news today that staff of the EFCC, that's the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC office, that they were actually locked out today because they did not have COVID-19 vaccine cards. And this has been going on around in offices. We know that I think a few weeks ago, I'm not very sure, I think it was December 1, where the federal civil service that were also being turned back because of COVID vaccine. We saw that Edo State did that as well. A few companies have been going back and forth to do it. I think MTN had announced that every single staff of them had to be vaccinated. Now it is EFCC's turn, and they're saying that they're going to be turning back every single person from his headquarters that is not vaccinated. And I think that's the way to go, because if you don't mandate it, people are not going to get this vaccine. And until we all get vaccinated, we need to stop it, because if we're not careful, it's just Omicron. This thing will keep mutating, and it will keep mutating, and we keep having different variants of this COVID. I know that the way it's looking, COVID is not going anywhere anytime soon, but it's not a bad idea if we kick it out faster than we had hoped. And now, still talking about COVID, there's been a lot of news about COVID. We know that a few weeks ago, when this Omicron variant started, I think it was last week, it was actually last week, where the United Kingdom had banned Nigeria, then Canada followed suit, then Saudi Arabia followed suit, had put Nigeria and a lot of African countries on the red list. And were banning a lot of people from going back and forth. People got stranded at airports. They couldn't get flights to the UK and these other countries. Now the federal government now is said that they're going to place these 3 countries also on the red list. So you're not allowing our people go. We're not allowing people come into our country as well. And I honestly think that's the way to go. I honestly personally believe that's the way to go. We can't continue like everybody can't just be filming. What's it called? You don't want us to come. Okay, we'll be fine. That's, and it's one thing I've said over time. I think everybody should sit where they are. I know that economically and all that is not very good, but I think that, and then we know that air travel, for example, is way COVID is being transferred a lot. We know that it was through air travel going to Nigeria anyway in the first place, going to a lot of countries. So I think that it's the way to go. We cannot continue and just be looking and let people just do whatever it is they want to do. Now, Shola Rogers has a comment, says that I like the way the Nigerian government is planning also to place all those other countries on the red list too. I agree totally. I think that we cannot continue to let people just work over us, walk over us, and then we just move on from it. I think that it is. But so before we leave the COVID matter, I will still keep saying that please let us get vaccinated. Let's wear our face masks. Then almost nobody is wearing face masks anymore. Please, let's still wear our face masks. Let's practice a lot of social distancing, or in my dictionary, personal space. Let's do a lot of hand washing, please. Let's use a lot of our hand sanitizers. That's the way to go at the moment. For something that does not have a cure, let's do as much as possible to help ourselves, help us help the government to save us all. So now the EFCC is still in the news as the Kogi State government has now sued the EFCC for defamation. They said that this what is called some unsubstantiated allegations that said that the Kogi government had fixed 19.3 billion naira bailout funds received from the federal government in a bank account. And now they have sued the EFCC to the tune of 35 billion naira for damages. They're saying that they did not do it. They in the claimants as a suit, they are suing the Accountant General of the state, Momo Jibrin, the Commissioner for Finance, the Budget and Planning, while they're the complainants, and now the EFCC, Sterling Bank, and the Central Bank of Nigeria were listed as the defendants. So they're saying that they did not own. But I don't understand the story, because there was a point where EFCC had said that they were going to withdraw the case against them because they were planning to return the money, and then there was also stories about how they had returned the money. But so I don't know how they now come up to say that they do not own any money or they're not returning any money, and they're dragging the EFCC to court. It's a little bit confusing, but we definitely will see how that. How that is going to work. Also, Kaduna government has now the Kaduna government judicial panel of inquiry that into acts of police brutality and other related abuses. There was a lot of talk about the Lagos State panel a few weeks ago. There was a lot of back and forth on it. Now Kaduna has now said that they have received the report. It was received by the Deputy Governor Hadiza Balarabe today, and they said that the government will study the report and its recommendations and issue a white paper in response. There was a lot of talk with Lagos State Zone and the white paper that Lagos State had released on it. But we definitely will see what's going to happen with what they're going to say about it. Now let's go all the way back, as there's a lot of tension for people that do not know. There's been a lot of tension with air travel with the UAE, that's United Arab Emirates, and Nigeria. There's been a lot of banning each other back and forth and all that. And last week there was actually news that everybody has finally moved on, and they were all they were moving flights back to the UAE from Nigeria. Then We also now heard again that Nigeria had barred the UA flights from Emirates actually to in Lagos, and then they were only going to allow only one flight, I think, from Abuja to the UAE, and this was after I think Air Peace was denied 3 slots from the UAE. This was so it was a back and forth. Now it worsens as the UAE government has now barred other airlines from conveying Nigerians to Dubai. It was said today that a flight from Ethiopian Airlines, as we know that even though Emirates did not carry a lot of people were still going through Egypt Air, Air France, KLM, Ethiopian Airlines, Rwanda Air, and Etihad. Now there's story today that Nigerian passengers that boarded the Ethiopian Airlines heading for Dubai were sent off the plane. This was according to Daily Trust reports today, where there's not been an official statement to that effect, but we definitely will hear what that has to do with, because it's very funny, yeah. When you hear things like that, we're in interesting times. We hope that something is being done. Somebody somewhere. I hope it's not just a joke, because of course people would have lost a lot of money with that. You can imagine being on the flight already, being on the plane already, and then somebody just chases you off, no explanation, nothing. I think that it is ridiculous, but something needs to be done. I think it's a lot of diplomacy issues that needs to be sorted out, and needs to be sorted out fast. And before I go, the Central Bank of Nigeria said that the e-naira has completed about 188 million naira worth of transactions. And this is very interesting to me, because I wonder that when the e-naira came, there was a lot of backlash. Is this, is that, is their own crypto, is this. Wait, so I don't know if maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, if this is so much of this is so much of a good thing or a bad thing, or maybe the number is really low, but I didn't even expect that there should be this much already. So it looks like a few Nigerians are actually embracing the e-naira. I've not checked it out. I don't know what it's about. Maybe I don't need it at the moment, but it will not be a bad idea to actually check it out. If it's going to help, please, I think by all means, I'm not adverse to it at all. By all means, I think that we need to let it, use it. If it's going to work, please, we need to go ahead with it. And on that note, that is all I'll be able to take today on the Boom Bar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me, just me and me alone today. I hope that we'll be back again tomorrow with another wonderful edition. But I just decided that we needed to just run over a few things with you, people that are listening and people that are watching. I'll be back again tomorrow on boomradio.com.ng. You can also catch a repeat of this by 7 p.m. West African time. But from me to you, my name is Oladolupo, and it is peace.